All right, get ready for the
Coffee.
The coffee?
That wasn't as crunchy as I had anticipated. I took a bite out of the toast with the hope there would be a crunch. But I didn't just finish the toast. I've had it done for a few minutes. And the jam, I think, has gotten into the fibers of the toast. You know what I mean? Hey, will you pass that over here when you're done? Because, like...
Are your glasses dirty, too? I only noticed because of these lights.
I only noticed because you're doing yours. But yes, mine are filthy. It's like a wild animal took mine into the woods and...
It did.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Last night. You didn't hear it?
No.
Oh. Yeah, you were asleep. I did not sleep well, so I was up.
So you saw the wild animal. But you made no attempts to stop the animal.
I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't stop it? It was a big animal?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a rhino.
It was a... That's not okay.
Cappy rode on its back.
You just had Donkey Kong Country in our home last night. Man, that makes a big difference. I'm someone who will very much just live with filthy glasses, and then only whenever when it's pointed out to me in some way, then only then am I like, I hate this. But until then, I don't notice. So, anyway, hi everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to Breakfast Stream. It's another week. We're near as a hair halfway through November. Moving quick. Don't have that much longer until Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christmas will be here. And then it'll be time to change 2020 into 2021. Things are moving right along. And yeah, as some of you have pointed out, tonight, disc only. At 9... I think 9 p.m. Eastern.
I love how you don't know.
I don't know. Honest to God, I do not know. Doing them once a month. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, 9 p.m. Doing them once a month is a great way to not remember. I say 9 because I'm like, if I could decide, what time would it be? I'm like, probably 9. And that's what it is. So, 9 Eastern. Oh my God! It's going to require, like, at least a tiny explanation. Of which, of the explanation, I can only provide part of it. That was 4,000 for Mr. Game Boy. Says, Chaz said this was gone, but in a suspicious way, so I'm testing this out. We had a special alert just for Friday, and that alert was to celebrate day 4,000, which fell on Friday. And it was fun. It had the vlog logo. And it was a one-day thing. Apparently, the alert has stuck around, and Chaz has changed it to Thomas winking at you.
From the pie face video.
Grab the cream. That's my Thomas impression. Mr. Game Boy, thank you. You know, it's fun because I'm at the same. Thomas says it's get the cream. I can't do it. It's gonna change all the words, and I can't change cream. I could not come up with. I was gonna be like acquire the, and I was like, what is another way?
Cool Whip.
Sure. I couldn't think through what cream was. I was like, what is whipped cream? Acquire the aerated
heavy cream.
White
Whipping
pudding.
Cream. There's Kitty.
Foam would have been a good one. Thank you, Aldo.
Come here, Kippy.
Acquire the foam. That would have been good. No, Satsy, no. You're gonna pass on that one.
Hi, Kippy.
I don't like the word thick. Anyway, so apparently that exists. I'm back to toast today. Still working our way through massive amounts of bread. Hi, bud. Although nearly done, actually. Nearly done. In fact, I would say collectively between the rye, the honey wheat, and the whole wheat, we have less than one loaf of bread left. We have left.
Remaining. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like collectively, we're nearly there. It's nearly gone, which is good because like the date on the bread is passed. So now every time I do anything with the bread, I got to get it out and then inspect it. I'm like looking at the bread. I'm like, are you checking all the corners? I'm like, you okay, bread? You okay? Got any funny colors? Doing my best to eat it as quickly as possible. But getting there. Getting there.
We need to, it's trash night. Which is the night where you put the trash out by the road. So we need to go through the fridge today. Because I know there's some half and half that's gone bad that we need to get rid of.
Coffee!
Okay. We can do that. We can make that happen. So Disco Unleashed tonight. Also today, this is a big day because we're doing breakfast stream. After breakfast, and then later we're doing Disco Only. Between that, there's an Apple event. So.
And we have to run to the post office.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. There's also other activities, I guess, because we have to mailing off your Pokemon painting.
Yep.
The Bell Chime Trail. And that's it. That's the only thing we're doing, I think.
Out? Yeah.
Yeah. The Apple event is for, it's very specific. Very specific. It's going to be about their Apple Silicon Macs. Because they said that there would be at least one out by the end of the year. So, yeah, as Puma says, more comedy vlog. We hope to make people smile and laugh. And then maybe also be like slightly informed about things that are going on in computer world.
While you're finishing your toast.
Sure.
So I know we talked earlier about my grandma getting her iPad.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is great.
Yesterday my grandma got her iPad. And she called me. And she didn't even say hi. She said, talk about being overwhelmed. Because I had written that in her letter.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, but I don't have the internet. I don't know how to do any of this. And she's 91. Never had a phone before, a cell phone. Never used a touch screen. And, what was it she said? You filmed it. I was like, Grandma, you just need to turn it on. It's okay, because it has cellular.
Yeah, she was saying like, oh, I can't even use this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have the internet here. And Mal was like, you know, it's connected to the internet. It's cellular. And she goes, oh, you. So, it was, I gotta tell you, I have never given an iPad to a 91-year-old. And Mal did a really great job with the directions. She really did. I mean, like, just everything was laid out really well.
It was a
explained
full color
really well.
guide.
Mal
And I photoshopped and took screenshots from her iPad so it would look like hers.
Yeah, like Mal preset it. It's not like just an iPad was sent to her. Like Mal had it, went through everything, and like
I have it in like,
grandma-ified it.
I made it go into nighttime mode so it wouldn't like ring or anything past a certain time period, so she didn't have to worry about that.
And
turned off Siri because I'm sure that would be confusing.
Yeah, and like had like the scale, the text large, and like all of this other stuff.
I
so
hid
Mal,
everything in a folder called "Don't touch this one, Grandma."
and like I looked at it and I was blown away at what Mal did. Like it was just, there was a lot of great stuff. Anyway, sends it charged, and like Mal was on the phone with her grandma, and she's like, you know, okay, do you have the iPad in front of you?
She got it plugged in real easy.
She got it plugged in. She got it turned on, and you know, I don't know. I was trying to imagine if there would be any problems, right, between
Before I, because after I finished, you know, getting it all ready, I polished it up, got all my fingerprints off so it looked brand new, wrapped it back in the plastic so she would kind of have that experience of opening it back up.
I don't know that was valuable to her, but okay.
It's kind of the Apple experience. Anyway, I did all that. But before
Your 91-year-old grandmother needs to experience the Apple experience.
Anyway, before I did that, I turned it off and I went through turning it on and unlocking it for the first time and just made sure, like, in my head, like, rehearsing it.
Yeah.
So that I would know exactly what happens when she gets it. And I had my iPad ready, so I turned mine off and then, like, I walked her, like, through it with mine, turning mine on so I could, like, see it and see what it was doing.
Yeah. So take a guess at what the hardest thing would be for a 91-year-old, because it may not be what you're expecting. It was not what I was thinking at all. Hardest part, she gets it on, Mal's talking to her on the phone. You know, everything's going okay. Mallory is like, all right, I'm going to call you. There's going to be a green button that appears at the top, and you just have to press that green button. That took 20 minutes. And what we discovered is that when you've never used a touchscreen before, the concept of like touching the touchscreen, tapping, is extremely foreign. And it's something that we've definitely taken for granted, you know.
And she had like typed in her passcode and she was like, well, what are all these icons? And she had clicked on FaceTime, so like she was touching the touchscreen. She knew it was a touchscreen.
Yes.
But the new iOS update is it doesn't take up the whole screen when you have an alert like that now.
Yeah.
It's a bar, and she kept swiping.
Yeah.
Instead
like
of touching.
Instead, you know, on any touch device, you just that's it. And we can't see what she's doing, but she could not answer the call. Like, it was to the point where it was like, Mal and I are just like racking our brains like, what's happening? And the only thing that we could come up with is she must be like doing something where she's not.
I had to use like the word poke. That helped.
Yeah, that helped.
When I said poke it.
Yeah. It was hard. It was hard. And then I was thinking back to like, you know, not to wrap my parents up in the discussion of a 91-year-old. I love you guys, but you know, whenever we first got them smartphones, there was some level of like education for touchscreens that they did have to go through, and like they got it pretty quick. But also, we were there to show them. Yeah. Which makes a huge difference.
My grandma's in Wisconsin.
So.
And her building's in lockdown, so she can't even have any of the helpers at the front desk help her right now.
So it's
family can't come help.
You know. But it worked out. Mm-hmm. It worked out.
We FaceTimed for a bit, and she was able to charge it, and my aunt that set all of that part up and dealt with getting the iPad, and it's on her family plan. I told her, because my family is very large. My mom's side has a bit more aunts and uncles than my dad's side.
Yeah, but if you're considering all of your dad's side aunts and uncles, and especially also the grandchildren, your family is gigantic.
Yeah. So
many people.
I messaged my aunt that set it all up, and I was like, hey, she has it. I'm not going to tell everyone else yet because she was a little overwhelmed. I said, but, when you call her, I said, these are the things you need to know. I said, this is what I had to work on with her on it. And she was like, okay, I'll do it. And then about 20 minutes later, I got a text from my aunt, and she's like, I kept it short. She's like, she was really excited about it, and it went well, so. And then my dad called my grandma last night because him and Rhonda went to Florida, and he was just letting her know that, we got there safe, dogs are fine, place is nice, weather's nice. Mm-hmm. And she was telling my dad about it. So then he goes to the family chat, and he's like, Grandma has the iPad. And I was like, oh no. It's 7 p.m. and everyone's going to be trying to FaceTime Grandma at the same time.
Yeah, she needs a little space. The woman has never had a touchscreen. She doesn't need to be setting her iPad in the living room. There's all night. So it's one of those things like, definitely you gotta give her some time.
Yeah.
She's gotta have some time to for it to sink in. It's gonna, and as Tenda says, 7 p.m. is practically midnight for a 91-year-old. It's true. Similar to how 40 degrees is practically... No, wait. What am I thinking of? 90 degrees is practically 70 degrees to them.
Yeah.
Whenever you walk into an old person's apartment.
My grandma has the heat up so high.
Yeah, you walk in and
it's so hot in there.
Immediately start shedding clothing, and you're like... What's happening? It's just, it's a bit much. Anyway. But it went well. And, she's... it's going to be a process, but also, she's excited.
Yeah.
And here's the big thing. This is the really big part. She has a sister in Florida. Florida?
Yeah, she's in Florida.
A little sister.
She has other siblings, but I don't know if they have phones.
Well, she has a little sister in Florida that she has not seen in many, many years. And her little sister...
Because my grandma doesn't travel now.
Yeah, her little sister has an iPhone. And once she gets the hang of it, she'll be able to actually see her sister for the first time in years. And, that's such a cool thing, man. This is why we have technology. Can technology be responsible for lots of bad things? God, yes. But it can also bring people together and do amazing things. And it's such an exciting... story to hear that. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that she's going to be able to talk to her kids and her grandkids and all of that. But she has seen them. She hasn't seen her sister in years. And that's just, I love that. I love that so much. So we'll keep you up to date on how Grandpad is going. By the way, Grandpad is a registered trademark of Grandpad Company. Whenever we were first looking into this, a few weeks ago, I say we as if I did anything. When Mao was looking into it, she was trying to decide if an iPad would be the right fit, And we suspected, we were like, well, certainly an iPad would be better than an Android tablet. An iPad is going to be a little more, iOS is going to be more grandma-proof. And
at least I know it.
And we know it, which helps. But then also we were like, is there something else out there? There is. It's called Grandpad. It is a real product, and it is a tablet that is super, super, super grandpa-esque. It only has 3 buttons or whatever. But we were looking into it, but it was too limiting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was too much.
Because if this works, then she's not gonna. She can. I put, you know, cribbage and bridge, and Peggy's here this morning.
I put cribbage and bridge. I put Peggy on it, but Peggy's on the next page. It's gonna be a while before she works up to having Peggy there.
Like, I installed YouTube, or maybe it was already installed, but I had to make a Gmail account for her and an Apple ID, and I logged in the YouTube app to her account so she can maybe someday use it, and I subscribed it to my channel so she could go look if she ever gets there.
Who's got a new subscriber now? That's right, my grandma. I'll get these numbers up. By the way, 2033 bits was from LB308. Thank you for the Peggy, LB. I appreciate that. Let's start reading alerts, because we're 20 minutes in. It's important to it was important to tell this story because it is a great story. It is a great story, and I tried to get as much Brandon. I tried to get as much footage of stuff yesterday as I could, just because it was such a neat thing.
Armored Frog says, "Go up a second. I'm gonna buy iPads for my entire family, and my sub count went up by 20 this week."
How much is an iPad? Like $300. It's a pretty costly investment. But does it work? Yes.
I just wanted it to be easy for her to get to, and I was like, this works.
I mean, what you did was not wrong. It's just very funny when you hear it.
I know it is.
It's very funny when you hear you say it. You coming up? You coming up?
Come here.
Come on.
Hi, darling.
Take your time. All right, we're going to start reading alerts. We'll go from one set of good news to another set of good news. We have 8 months from the Petros 14 says, "Baby Anna sends her regards. She was born on the 29th of October. On her due date, she weighed 8 pounds, 3 ounces, and was 19 3/4 inches long. I did have a few pictures in Discord, but also wanted to inform those not on Discord. Happy breakfast stream. Congratulations."
Congratulations.
We've been hearing the updates over the past few months, and it's so exciting. Anna's finally here. My best to, obviously her, and then of course your family, and I hope everything continues to, go well in the household. There's going to be, I guess, a lot of changes, but that's just really exciting. So again, congratulations. Good news this morning. We got 25 months from Brandon, who says, "Thanks to the multi-month subscription, Pickletron. Have a good week, Stephen Amell, and good luck in sumo."
Did you see who's winning as of this morning?
Yeah, I saw. I'll tell you. Listen, I look and I see if I'm winning. If I'm winning, we're good. If I'm not winning,
do you remember what the current winner said when we were drafting our picks? They were complaining that they were last. And that they had no good picks.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
Are you tied for second? I honestly can't remember.
I don't know. I have 10. So, anyway, for everyone else. We're back in sumo time. 15 days of sumo. Today was, yesterday was day 3. So, at the end of the 15 days, we'll tell you what the scores were for
you're
doing
fourth.
Fantasy Sumo. Huh?
You're 4th.
Yeah, well, rub it in.
5th. Sorry.
Okay, it keeps getting worse.
I'm tied for 6th with Thomas.
It's fine. I wasn't in the lead nonstop last tournament.
Yeah.
I got there.
Yeah.
I worked my way up. I have Waka and Taka and Waka Taka. That's real. I didn't make that up. That was my strategy. And it's a good strategy. We'll see. We also have more people doing Fantasy Sumo than before. Because we have, Haley, Paul, and then one other person, too. Because we went from, I think we had 8 before, and now we have 11.
see. Who else
Who's
is
new?
Alex? Oh, wait, Alex did it last time.
I think Alex did it last time, didn't he? Maybe he didn't. Oh, Chaz says we had 9 before. Okay, we only added 2. Anyway.
Coffee.
We get 7 months from Keena Ray, who says, yeah. Thank you, Keena Ray. 15 months from Am in Iowa. Happy 15 months. Thank you. 4 months from Mortally Crafty. 4 months. Amazing. Almost halfway to a Twitch baby and 8 months to a real baby. What will I do with them so close in age?
Oh,
it's
boy.
too much. I mean, that's for you to decide. I can't make these decisions.
You're fine. I just
Hey,
got
buddy.
you. Hi. That's what you truly wanted.
Yeah, don't go on the chair when there's real human lap 2 feet away.
Warm lap.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
yes.
it's like your chair, but generates heat.
Hi, darling.
He's a good boy. 30 bits from NG Ben. Gonna need some major good vibes. My boss is on vacation. That means I'm now the acting head for Power Transmission Unit, responsible for a large portion of my country's electricity. Did I mention that I only started working in April? Sounds like a big promotion really quick. Also, I had to reread country because I was like, does it say country or does it say county? But it says country.
It says country.
So, yeah, that R is in there. That's just neat. Like, whenever it's all said and done, that can just be on your next resume. You could be like, well, I was, for a time, I was responsible for my country's electricity. That just sounds cool. 21 months from Spin a Trap. As is tradition at this point, here is your monthly Eli update. 10 months, 7 teeth, nearly walking on his own, and has figured out how to open drawers and unroll toilet paper. All the danger cabinets are locked. Let chaos reign. I like the idea of places where you keep, cleaning stuff, like a danger cabinet. That's funny. We had, we didn't keep things locked down.
We considered it.
But we considered it whenever we, when Sagan was still around, because he doesn't get into cabinets.
No, Kippy does not.
I don't think that he doesn't know how. Like, I feel like if he tried, he could.
Oh, no, he could not.
I feel like he's smart enough. He just doesn't have any interest. Whereas Sagan was like, I'm going to get in here,
But
so.
Spin and Trap's Eli has
Well, yeah.
opposable thumbs.
Yeah, it's, it's easier for human child. And then also human child is going to just inherently be more interested in getting into things. So, good luck. It's not an immediate problem I have had before. I wish you the best. But if you're locking the danger cabinets, then you're already doing probably the most important part. Thumbs, man. Thumbs. If more things had thumbs, the world would be in trouble. Anyway, 12 months from Embors. Congrats. 1 year. 300 bits of Adrian Quell says, morning. I managed the morning Mario version of Been Up Too Late yesterday, and now I'm up extra late because it's almost crunch time. Well, sometimes stay up late, and it's okay. Just don't stay up late all the time. Just fix it when you can. That's kind of how I feel about it. I used to beat myself up pretty badly. And now I just kind of roll with the punches, and I'm like, oh, we'll fix it.
That's been this year?
Yeah. I'm like, I'll fix it. Try to appreciate the times when I'm awake, like when I've gotten sleep. And then when I haven't, I'm like, I'll fix it soon. We get 7 months from Broken Dylan. Thank you, Dylan. 11 months from Callium. It says 11 months, almost to that year. Anyway, good morning. 10 months from B80211B. Morning, Internet grandparents. Morning. 21 months from Gadzooks. Hope you guys are doing well. Pretty good. This week will be a little... There's a lot going on this week. There's a lot going on today.
Yeah.
And then I guess I could go ahead and semi-announce this. The lullaby doesn't help. Everyone will be asleep here in a minute.
Kippy's is
tomorrow... I have to change this. I can't take my announcement seriously while this is playing. Tomorrow, at some point, I am planning on doing a First 20 stream. Can't happen today because I can't do it the same day as Disco and Lights. Just doesn't work.
And recording the Apple event.
Yeah, there's too much going on today, but tomorrow at some time that I don't know, I am planning, at least right now, subject to change, I guess. I'm planning to do first 20 stream. There's some games that need to be covered, and I need to do that soon. So tomorrow, at some point, and they usually go for a while. So it's hard for me to tell you like exactly what time it'll be, but almost certainly you'll be able to catch like some of it. Halaw says, what time do those generally start? I think lately we've been hitting around like, usually like 3 Eastern. Mods might be like, you're wrong, in which case I'm wrong. But I think we've gotten them as early as like 3 Eastern. It used to be they didn't start until like 5. But when I can, trying to start them a little earlier is better, so. And Brandon says, every first 20 stream has been on a breakfast stream day. Yeah. Was it? I think there was one time we did a Wednesday. I don't know. Anyway, tomorrow at some point after lunch. For me. I don't know when you have lunch. After lunch for me. We have 8 months from Print7, who says, so glad to see Pikmin 3 finally, enough so that my brain will expect Pikmin 3 and be mildly disappointed at Breath of the Wild, even though both are great. The power of obsession, am I right? Well, then also, Breath of the Wild, if you've managed to watch any of it, either live or on Twitch, it's so far ahead of YouTube. And it's only getting worse. Like, we're making, at bare minimum, 4 episodes a week, but we're releasing 3. So, like, it's already 40 or 50 episodes ahead, and the gap will only increase. Mm-hmm. Which is fine, but, no one's seen Pikmin. When Pikmin comes out, like, you haven't seen that before. That's new.
I have.
You haven't seen Pikmin 3? Oh, yes, you played it. That's... It's not the... You lived it. It's not the same thing.
Sorry, I'm just enjoying having Geppy purring in my lap.
He's asleep. He's super asleep.
He's so cute.
We got 26 months from Mike Capella, who says, 26 months. Question, will you guys be doing a giant Q&A like last year? I just rewatched 2019's because I was bored, and let me just say how naive we all were. Yes, I may need to be reminded of it. I'm serious about this. Like, when we get halfway through December, I sincerely hope that folks will remind me of it, because I would like to do one. I'd like to at least do one a year. So yeah, we'll probably do another one at some point in December. Food. Food?
Steven's choice for breakfast.
Always a good food.
It's toast most of the time.
Crunchy puts me in the mood.
He's been using strawberry jam.
It is slick. Sorry, then it makes me sick if I eat too much, but I am trying to limit myself to the amount of toast that I consume. Good job!
Thanks.
That's not the worst song we've ever done. I can think of like 10 other songs.
Oh, you're sweet.
Slick was yeah, slick's not the best adjective to describe jam.
Sticky?
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. It's that, how did Chad Warden describe it? That...
Oh, no. No, Stephen.
That was from LB. LB, thank you. I need to eat a little more toast, though. Well, I mean, not today, because I did it, but I'm hopeful that by the end of the week there won't be any bread in the house. And then we'll have to, like, get bread. Anyway, 301 bits from Paint Chipper with the Thomas bleh. 25 months from Chaz, who says, thanks, Pickletron, and thanks, Thomas. I know I didn't ask, but I'll assume you said yes, so thanks. Hey, Pickletron, thanks. We have 300 bits from Prince, who says, it's raining, which makes the idea of falling back asleep tempting. So I've almost finished a fanfic based on a memorable moment, but as if by the in-game characters. When it's posted, would you want to know about it since it's based on a video? You can just tweet stuff at me. I generally see stuff when it's tweeted at me. So I'll try and take a look if I can. Just spoilers. If it's longer than, I don't know, a certain amount, like as a fanfic, it is a little. I may not read the entirety of the thing. Just fair warning. I'm really good at intaking like art that gets posted because it's like. But the act of reading takes like time. Just fair warning. 600 bits from Kira Likes Skittles. A few years ago, we got my grandma and her identical twin sister iPads so they could video chat with each other and grandkids out of state. When we set that up and my grandma saw her twin on Skype, she said, "Oh, look, it's me," and couldn't understand that she was seeing her sister on the iPad. Oh. I mean, identical twin sister. So, that's funny. That's very funny. Another thing that her grandma struggled with a little bit, and like, I'm tempted to say she'll get it in time, although I've been video chatting with my mom now for like, I mean, essentially years, but like a lot this year, and my mom still doesn't get it. I love you, Mom. Is that, you know, when you're talking to somebody, you have a little screen that shows you what they see. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of times where I'll talk to my mom, like I'll help her with a computer problem, and she'll have the phone like laying on the desk, and she can see me,
yeah,
because she'll look down and she can see me, but like I'm pointed at the ceiling, so like I don't see my mom.
They have a lovely ceiling. They
have a lovely ceiling, and like I see the ceiling, and like I can hear her, and I'm talking to her. But I'm just staring at the ceiling. So like the same thing was happening with your grandma. Is like your grandma was like at the bottom tenth of the frame, like just like the top of her head, and she's like, "This is lovely," and I'm just like, "This is gonna take a little time. It's gonna take a little time, just a little bit." We threw in a bit some Shadowlands. Brandon, since you asked, popcorn. Shadowland says, this is such a foreign concept to me. My 86-year-old grandma bought one of the first Macs and has been on Apple ever since. I mean, fair. And like I know some folks that you know, they are older, and they are especially like they're tech literate by just general standards, but then especially like within their age group, they are tech experts. Like they just are. But it has everything to do with your interest and your experience and how long you've been using said thing. Like every once in a while, I'll read stories about folks in their 80s or sometimes even 90s playing video games, and not like Farmville. I mean like Skyrim or whatever. Like games that are they're complicated. Like they're complicated. They have complicated concepts. They have fairly complicated controls.
Crafting and
yeah, like, and it's wonderful. I love that. But also, you know, a lot of times that sort of thing has transpired from like a lifelong interest in that sort of thing. It's very difficult, you know, when someone is like already old, to get them into something that is like completely new. It can happen, but it's far more likely when someone buys a Mac 30 years ago and is like, "Oh, now I know what I'm doing." So, but technology is great. It's just really great. Let's see. We got 300 bits from Goldmage. He says, "Stephen, are you saying all these things because you know them from personal experience? Because I've noticed you have tech issues and prefer it warm. Parents also prefer it warm, living mostly in tropical regions." You know, I do prefer it warm, but I don't prefer it 90 degrees.
I don't know.
Simony Domret, Simony Domret, Simony Domret. Oh my god, it's Thermodynamics backwards. Jesus, cool Al, Simony, Dinomret, I'm trying to pronounce a word that it is not a word. I'm like, wait, is that how you pronounce that? And then the other part of my brain's like, honey, it's not a word. Like, you can pronounce it however you want.
Simony Domrat.
Simony Domrat. I'm just imagining like several rats living in like a dome, like in a science lab. Simony Domrat.
And that's the end of the breakfast
because it's
stream.
SCI, like science, like science. Many dome rat, many science rats living in a dome. We have to move on. That was from Cool Al. Simon. It took me much longer to figure out that was Thermodynamics backwards than it should have. Because I was like, Simon. I just thought, because every once in a while people are just like, here's a long word. See if you can say it. And I was like, man, what's the etymology behind Simony Domrat? 19 months. From Elizu. Appreciate it. 7 months from Eagle Luke. Good morning from New Mexico. Looking forward to more Pikmin. Is that today?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh, Gippy. Oh, he just purred more.
Oh, boy. There's something special today. There's something very special today.
What?
Eagle Luke's message reminded me.
What?
There's something very special happening today.
Do I know about it?
Do you know what today is? Do you know what happened today 5 years ago?
No.
5 years ago today. 5 years ago.
No.
Nobody knows. 5 years ago today, Fallout 4 was released. Today is the 5th anniversary of Fallout 4. And we have something special for you.
We do. Oh yeah, we do.
We have something special. There's a very special, memorable moment. So, today at 11:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, tune in to the memorable moment. And you'll like it. And there you go. That's the announcement. It's very long.
Oh, that's your tail that tickled.
It's very, like, most memorable moments are like less than a minute. This one is much longer than that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Yeah, and shout out to Colin. Colin just scrolled by and is like, if this is my list, then I'm psyched. Yeah, this moment could not have existed. And Colin's also thanked in the video, like in the actual video. But yeah. I put Dan to work on it. I was like, hey, I need this by this date. And Dan was like, okay. So it's exciting. It's really exciting. It came out really good. It's you know, it's a good one. 2 months from KG227. I've been watching you guys on YouTube for many years, but Breath of the Wild brought me to Twitch, and now I'm here all the time. Thank you guys so much for the content you share and the great vibes. Aw, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, you know, we were also on YouTube for many years, and then we just kind of came here. And now we're here. We haven't been on Twitch very long, though. Like, so many of, I like to call them our colleagues. So many of our colleagues, you know, John, Tom, Josh, like so many of these folks, they've been on Twitch for a long time.
Jules.
Yeah, I don't know how long Jules has been on Twitch. I'm not sure about that one. Jules can tell us. But, like, you know, a lot of these folks have been on Twitch for, like, many, many years. So we very much feel like the newbies. I mean, now I guess we have a little, like, we've been doing it for 2 years. 2 years and some change. But Jules says you've been on longer than him. Well,
you have my hair.
That still hasn't happened yet. Never say never, I guess, but... Oh, Jules says I've been on Twitch since 2012. You've been on Twitch, like, producing streams since 2012? Because that's a long time. Like we have posted some streams to Twitch because we used. Okay, yeah. We historically we've probably been on Twitch for a long time, but we only ever did one stream a year. We did Extra Life. That was the only live event we did. One of the reasons people loved Extra Life so much was not only just the format of it, it was the fact that it's like, oh my God, Stephen and Mao are live one time a year, and this is it. So if you wanted to see us live, it's like, well, you have to tune into this one day that we're live, and that's it. And yeah, we haven't done all of the Extra Lives on Twitch, because we've done some on YouTube also.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have like a space, so we were just like, yeah, whatever makes the most sense. But yeah, I don't know when the first like Extra Life that we did on Twitch is, but it was a while ago. It was actually kind of nice though, because when we started doing Twitch in 2018, like consistently, we actually already had like I think we had a couple thousand followers, because we have done the Extra Life events over the years, and people would tune in and be like, "Oh, this is a really cool event, follow," and be like, "Well, joke's on you. We only do this once a year." But we had a lot of people already like following the accounts, and when we finally started doing stuff, they were like, "Oh, you're doing things more than once a year now." We were like, "Yeah, now we'll eat toast," and everyone was like, "Oh, that's not what we expected."
Kepler.
He looks slightly inconvenient. Like, you can't move him.
I'm holding him. Like, I have my hand around his torso.
Hey. He's a sweetie. 15 months from Furious Kitty. 300 bits from Adrian Quell with the star rain there. 1107 bits from LB, who just says, "Morning."
Morning.
Morning, LB. Hope your morning is going well. 300 from Super Rex, who says, "I've been watching your guys' streams for a while as a lurker, but since someone recently gifted me a sub, thanks again, I've started to try to come out of my lurker shell a little bit." Yeah, we, some folks just tune in and they just want to, like, watch, and that's fair. It is a show, so you can watch it, but one of the beauties about Twitch and, live streaming in general is the interactivity, so...
Yeah.
And it's a multifaceted interactivity, because there's interactivity with us, but then there's also just interactivity with the chat. There's a lot of conversations that just happen amongst chat, and that's exciting too. Like, especially whenever you're coming back to the same streams and you start to get to know some of the people that you're hanging out with. A lot of times, whenever I get the stream started in the morning, 20 or 30 minutes before the show even goes live, like, I see people chatting, and it's a really cool feeling for me.
Welcoming people by name.
Yeah, like, it's hard to explain, but it's nice that there's a little community too. So people are saying, "Hey, good morning. How are you? How are things this week?" Like, it's just nice. Really, I really like that. Folks are asking for beans. Okay, beans.
In honor of Kepi Beans.
Sure. And in honor of these beans, he's very tired. Beans. Beans have rolled. Shout out to our producers over at Patreon. We appreciate it. And this list is updated. Took us a week, but this list is updated. Also, special thanks to Chaz,
who woke up expecting to not have to do anything and then had to do a thing.
Yeah, Patreon had changed something on their end, and I was like, "Hey, can you fix this with very little notice?" And he was like, "Yeah." So thank you, Chaz. We had 300 bits from Pink Matema, who says, "Wanted to tell you I had Honey Smacks because of last week's Honey Smacks talk and enjoyed them for the first time in like 15 years. It was great." Okay, so I don't want to say that they're growing on me. I don't want to say that because I still feel like there's other cereals I would rather have. That being said, they're not bad. They're not bad. I've nearly finished the box.
I had one the other day, just a single one off the top of your cereal. And I did not like it.
They're better in milk. They're not a dry cereal. Trust me. They're have some milk.
Can't be my
You
arms
have a little
tired.
milk. 500 bits from Murmur says, off work for the next 2 weeks because of a COVID outbreak. Luckily, my test came back negative. I've been able to work on my Animal Crossing island, finally have all the mushroom recipes, and I'm slowly turning my island into a mushroom forest.
Cool.
That sounds really
Glad
cool.
your test was negative.
Yeah, that's the most exciting thing. Yeah, we'll have a new... It doesn't exist yet, but Dan's working on it. We'll have a new Animal Crossing episode this Saturday. And it's a little weird because the Halloween one we recorded in October, and this one we recorded in August. So
fine.
They're being released a little out of order, but it's fine. We go back to Thomas's island, and we experience another little fun, whatever you call it,
Thomas plot.
ARG with Wetbone. So look forward to that. 2 months from I'm getting there. Mapato Fudofu, who says, hi. I've been a viewer for a couple years, but this is my first time saying hi. I just stayed up the entire night to plan out my class schedule for next semester.
Ooh.
Oh god. Raisin toast at Waffle House. Haven't heard that one in a while. On the bright side, I recently pre-ordered Age of Calamity, which I'm really excited for. Well, nice. Yeah, I've been there on planning out the class schedule. The thing that was always the problem for me was that, like, you'd plan things out, you would do all the research to figure out which professors you wanted, and then you had to be on the site at the right time.
Did all of yours go live at the same time?
Yes.
Oh. Ours was staggered based on how many credits you had earned.
Oh,
So if you had 0 credits, you went last.
No, I think we did have some sort of tier system based on something. I think. I don't know. It's been a long time, and I don't have any of my roommates here to help me remember. But I just remember it being extremely stressful. Extremely stressful. And, like, you had a backup. Like, you're like, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then this is my backup, this is my backup, this is my backup. And then you're just sweating. And, like, on the rare occasion that your first pick and your backup were gone, the anxiety that hits is like a wave that cannot be described, because you're like, oh my god. And, like, on a dime, you have to, like, quickly figure out a completely new plan. You're like, I have to do something else. Okay, I'm not taking this, oh my god. And then you're looking at stuff and you're like, you see the classes, but you don't know the professors because you haven't researched them. So you're just like, oh my god. And, like, things are filling up, like, actively, like the numbers are changing. You're like, Jesus, just get in this class. And then you go to the class and, it's a 400 level class on British art. And you get in there, and the professor just tells you straight up that it's going to be, like, one of the hardest classes you've ever taken, and you're like, I have to leave. Anyway, hope I didn't cause anyone too much stress. 2,000 bits from Item Crafting Live, who says, in honor of Disc Only coming out today, a song. Spider Dan, super talented editing man, makes the shows, he's a blast, produces the Disc Only podcast. Huzzah! 3 cheers for motion, Dan. I love it. I love it. And also, 3 cheers for motion, Dan. Dan's great. He's got a lot of, I was going to say eggs, not eggs in the basket. Was it pokers in the fire or something like that? Something like that. 500 bits from my now to spell calm. Grandparents, I just got a Metapod sleeping bag that's 7 feet long and it zips up completely. It's fantastic. That's a product that I didn't know existed, but now that I know existed, I'm like, that should have existed, and I'm glad it does. Is there a Kakuna one? Because that's an option too. Chess says, got a lot of eggs in the fire basket. Those eggs are hard boiled and are melting.
Thomas says, that's an expensive basket.
Eggs are expensive. 2 months from Elspeth73. Your Breath of the Wild videos inspired me to get it myself, and I'm having so much fun with it. I'm working my way through the VODs while I work from home, so thanks for the company. Oh, well, you're welcome. Breath of the Wild's great. I've been really enjoying it. We get 500 bits from Noah Spellcom, which says, I visited the UK this time last year, and the fact that pro-monarchy arguments have degenerated to, the royals generate a lot of income from tourism will never stop being extremely funny to me. I haven't been to the UK in 13 years. because I went once.
We had a layover.
Okay, we did. Was that
we
when
didn't leave the airport?
Was that when we were in Ireland?
No, that was on the way back from Greece.
Oh, on the way back from Greece, we had to go to what's it called?
Heathrow.
Heathrow, yeah. Oh yeah, that was the family that like.
Oh yeah, we were stuck near this family our entire trip home.
It was wild. They were behind us on the first flight, screaming and kicking, and we were about ready to rip our hair out. And then
we were like, we'll never see them.
We're like,
again.
we'll never see them again. And then
We
in
went
all
to
of
a
Heathrow,
restaurant.
we went to a restaurant. We sit down and we're like, ah. And then like 2 minutes later, the family sits next to us, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Heathrow big. You could have went anywhere. How are you here? Anyway, they were wonderful.
And then they were on the flight behind us
Again.
to Charlotte. From Heathrow to Charlotte. And like, you think the kids were the people that were a problem? It was mostly the parents.
Yeah. Anyway, 300 bits from Jules, who sends in Star Rain of Birdbo Wow.
Good
Wow.
morning, Jules.
Well, good evening.
Kepler's snoring.
Good evening, Jules, because Jules probably awake. Probably has not done a sleep yet. We got 100 bits from Magic Lover 101. Thank you. Also 100 from Itrian Rune. Appreciate it. And 300 from Randy, who says, good morning, Stephen and Mal. My husband and I got a dog over the weekend named
Ooh,
Roxy.
exciting.
She's a border collie slash Akita mix. I'll post pictures later in the Discord. Hope you guys are doing well. That's awesome. Man, pets can bring so much joy. 2020 is a good year for, like, pet adoption. Just for the fact that, you know, it's a heavy year for so many reasons. And having a little pupper, little kitty, little iguana around.
Lizards are cool.
Yeah, they can lift spirits. I like dogs. 300 bits from Jules also, who says, Stephen, have you ever played Global Thermodynamic, Anti-Disestablishmentarianism, Hippopotamonstrosity, Quipedaliophobia, Nuclear War? Nope. Is that a new game out soon? Might be for the Xbox Series X. I think it's an Xbox game. 500 bits from Colin, who says, okay, so this is crazy, but by sheer coincidence, today is my birthday, so thank you for the birthday present. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Oh, that's cool.
Happy birthday.
That is cool. So, yeah, first off, happy birthday. And then, you know, it's neat that you contributed to the memorable moment on your birthday.
Oh, are we done?
You were born on Fallout's birthday.
Are we done?
Fallout 4, which, you know, in the grand scheme of all of the Fallout games, is probably not the most memorable Fallout. But certainly my most memorable Fallout.
There we go.
The most memorable Fallout, of course, is Boy. 300 Bits of Magic Lover says, watching the stream at the start of a 14-ish hour drive. Plan to watch videos to kill the time until I lose cell phone reception. Fair.
We tend to lose it.
Oh, there's certain places.
There's certain places.
It just don't exist.
Yeah.
It just, you know, you're driving and, so we're not watching stuff, but we use,
Spotify.
We use Spotify. And, Spotify has some level of buffer. So, like, it's buffered ahead a few songs. So, if you lose music, then you have not had data for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. And there's times where, I don't know, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia. West Virginia is probably the worst one for it. It's just gone. It's just gone. And you're like, okay. But it's fine. I mean, during that time, we just chat about whatever. I mean, we even chat with the music on, but I like to have music playing in the background. So, Free Drummer says, this is why I download my Spotify playlist. That is a long-term goal for me, but I haven't finished making my playlist. And in my brain, I'm like, well, I don't want to download it until I've finished it. Still on J. I'm getting there. You got 500 bits from I Know How to Spell Calm. Do you know where comedy comes from? Eggs. You see, there's the whites and the joke. Hashtag for meal. Hashtag sorry not sorry. Also, from an out of spoke home, I'll be honest, every time I see spin in one's grave, I always picture them turning like gas station hot dogs. Speaking of, I haven't had a gas station hot dog in a long time.
We have hot dogs in the fridge.
Yeah, but have you had them from a gas station?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Are you serious? We should change that sometime.
No.
Oh, you have to have a gas station... Mallory,
No.
you gotta have a gas station hot dog at least once. It's an experience. It's an experience.
But I've bought brats from a vendor on the side of the road.
I mean,
The
that...
meat market's having a brat fry. You just pull over, give them $2, you get a brat.
I mean, that is also an experience. But it's a separate experience.
It's a better experience.
I can recall being young and going to the gas station with my dad and getting like gas station hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a memory that I have. I don't remember if they were good. Probably weren't, actually. Especially, you know, there's some that clearly been there like all day, if not longer. They're all shriveled. Anyway. Is there better food to eat? Yeah. Yeah. 300 bits from Kazuumi with the Kepler star rain. Thank you, Kaze.
He got warm. He's on this chair.
He went back to his chair. 500 bits I now spoke calm. In the after times I might go to Switzerland. I've realized my favorite thing is that Europe is spooky because it's old and America is spooky because it's big. Europe is old. It's actually one of the things I've talked about whenever we visited different countries is that, you know, our sense of scale in relation to time is so much different in the States. Like, just completely different. You know, if something is old here, something is like...
1800s.
Yeah, 200 years. 200 years is old here. And 200 years in Europe is like, oh, we just getting started. Like, you want to go back a lot further? The wildest one was being in China.
Yeah.
Because in China, it's like, oh, yeah, that's you know... 1,000 years old, that's 2,000 years old. But China been around a long time. Long time. 300 bits from Danny, who says, the alert you just read from LB, I think said simply morning. I was lurking and thought you said warning, and I was confused by how calm you were about that. This is a public service announcement. This is only a test. Green Day. 300 bits from Kaze with the Thomas Banana Star Rain. We also got 7 months at Tier 2 Gold Toast from Crimson430. Appreciate it. And I know how to spell calm. Gives a sub to Itrin Rune. Thank you. Oh man, I finished alerts just in time for us to do a listen to the song.
And uncheck it?
Well, we could also just enjoy it.
So Kepler, you see any good birds lately?
Have you refilled the feeder?
No.
Then no. Just speaking on behalf of him. When's the last time you got you actually like heard this song though? All right, that's fine. That's fine. We all have opinions about what we want to hear, and you shared yours. That's fine. You don't listen to children's songs, though.
Mm-hmm. How about you tell chat about your using conditioner experience? Steven used conditioner.
This is good music, by the way, for the tell. Sorry, just putting this into perspective. We're doing an internet show where hundreds of people have tuned in for my wife to be like, tell them
the story about your hair conditioner.
Tell them the story about the fact you used conditioner. Like, I hope that when we're dead someday, that this moment in time is what is shown. Like, we want to take a moment to remember Stephen and Mallory. Remember the time we used conditioner? Like, that's...
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Like, Will Smith stars in, like, action movies. What does Stephen Mount? Well, they talk about, like, they eat bread and talk about, like, they use conditioner. It's true. It's true. Mao was explaining to me.
It looks less frizzy.
Well, Mao was explaining to me that, since my hair is getting longer, it's getting frizzier.
Well, it's because you only use shampoo.
It's true. I don't use conditioner. And she was like, you should start using conditioner. It'll help it. Because when your hair's short, it's just... whatever. It's short, doesn't matter. But now that it's longer, she's like, it's doing this. And I was like, okay. Okay. So I used conditioner for the first time, it's not that I've never used it before, but, like, I think it was... middle school, maybe I had used some. I don't know. Been too long. So it's, 20 years since I've used conditioner. But I used some.
It looks nicer.
Does it? Mm-hmm. Like, I've only used it once. Is it noticeable?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It is not doing...
I don't think it's that noticeable.
It's not doing crazy things. But also, like, you know how it looks when it's a little greasy?
Chad is saying it is. Seriously? Okay.
You know how your hair looks when it's a little greasy?
Yeah.
And it's not doing the crazy stuff?
Yeah.
That's how it looks, but it doesn't look greasy.
On the day that... Peak of marriage. Ignore one person and talk to the cat. It does happen. It does happen. Thank you, Pickletron. Also making me want Taco Bell. Is Jules still eating Taco Bell all the time? I know I criticized him the other day. I was like, oh, you should do it at home. And, like, you should, but also I am just jealous. Jules says just about every day. Son of a gun. I don't want it every day, but, like, there's at least, like, once a month. If a Taco Bell burrito showed up at my door, I would eat it. Well, I mean, I wouldn't eat it if I didn't know the origins, but if I had ordered it, you know what I mean.
Don't you remember what we were delivered on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, after dragging my parents earlier for being tech illiterate, I will now praise them. My mom brought us donuts from a local donut place here. We didn't know that we were getting them. And,
She was dropping off the conditioner.
Yeah, she had picked up the conditioner. She's like, because we had told her, it's like, if you could find it. The shampoo and conditioner I use has to be gotten from a place.
Sally's.
Yeah. And she was like, okay. So she picked some up, and when she brought it, she'd also brought donuts. And I was like, awesome. It was wonderful. Anyway.
We haven't had donuts in months.
Yep.
January?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. Chess says, oh no, I hate when goods or services have to be gotten from a place. Well, you know what I mean.
I wish we could just order it. Can you order from Sally's online?
It's 2020, almost certainly.
Yeah.
But it's not cost effective. My
No.
mom on her own goes to Sally's.
Yeah.
Like, she's going there anyway. It's very easy to be like, hey, next time you are there, will you pick up this one product? Because she's going to be there anyway, and she'll do it. It would be very not cost effective to order a single product and pay shipping.
Don't you get a discount at Sally's if you have, like, a cosmetology license, too?
Maybe? I don't know. Possibly. I mean, if so, then my mom's probably benefiting from that. Because she has that.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, 3 bits from Captain Joe 08 says, morning. First breakfast stream for me. Hey! Welcome to your first breakfast stream.
Where we talk about hair conditioner and...
This is real par for the course, though. Like, I don't want anyone to... It would be bad if someone showed up during a day when we're, like, I don't know, shooting off fireworks. We're shooting off fireworks in the house. I mean, that's problematic. That's not good. But, Yeah, Mom says she gets a discount. There you go. But like, if we were doing something that was like crazy, and someone was like, "Oh wow, they must shoot fireworks in their house every breakfast stream," like that's not true. But do we talk about like the most mundane things every day? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's. We have had multiple discussions about cereal mascots. So like, this is what I want people to show up and see, because it's like, well, this is really what it is. This is the show. It's the whole show. 500 bits from Rob EXE, who says, so when things all started in March, I was super behind in watching the vlogs, as I was still at the China vlogs. Now I've watched every vlog and breakfast stream, and I'm completely caught up. Nice! Nice. Man. China vlogs are cool, though. They're really cool.
All the travel vlogs are cool.
It's just fun for me to get to shoot
something other than this house.
Yes. Yeah. I'm looking forward to,
getting to leave the house.
Well, yeah, but then also I'm looking forward to shooting different stuff.
Yeah.
At some point. J-Spook says, if you really think about it, isn't Breakfast Stream an early version of Disc Only, but with Mao? You have it backwards. Disc Only is a late version of Breakfast Stream, but with Tom, Jared, and John. Galaxy Brain. And also Breakfast Stream happens more frequently and came first, so I guess I win that one. We got
yes, Jules.
Yeah, Disc Only's today. 9 p.m. Eastern, as I learned, because I
don't know.
I can't remember. We got 3 months from T Chaos. Appreciate it. And also congrats on the plus. Jules says, oh, where can I watch it? Well, Jules, I'm glad you asked. http://www.twitch.tv/ProtonJohn is where you can watch it. Jules. At 9 p.m. Twitch doesn't... Well, it probably does. I didn't think that far ahead. Although, I'm pretty sure if you left out the S, it would still work. I'm pretty sure most modern browsers can figure that out. They'll be like, oh, let me just throw that in there for you. You forgot. We see what you're attempting to do. So the browser goes, whoop. What does the HTTPS even mean? Hypertext Transfer Protocol is S for security?
It is.
Yeah, I think S is for security. Someone can correct me.
Brandon said that. S is for secure.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Why do I know these things? I don't know. I've been on the internet a long time.
Brandon says, oh, just gonna scooch on by your bad security practices there.
What it was what was it earlier this year that if websites didn't have an up-to-date security certificate, like browsers were displaying the scary message. I think it was earlier this year. And like even now occasionally I'll still wind up with a website and my browser's like and I'm like, all right. Whatever I was going to look at, not important enough. I'm like, I ain't risking that. Forget it. If it's been 11 months, like if you can't update your security certificate in 11 months, like what am I gonna do? Do it. People, they got it. It's low bar. He says, not completely sure if all of his sites have the security. It's fine. It's fine. Brandon says, don't even get me started on certificates. I only know enough to get by. I know enough to get by, and then for every part past what I know, Chaz fills in, which is really helpful. Because there's, on my own I can manage things, but then if I have a question about things, I just ask Chaz. I'm like, Chaz, what is this? Because Chaz does web dev, so he can be like, oh, you need to do this.
And he internally sighs and then helps you.
Yeah. Internally sighing and then helping is just one of the best things about friendship, I think. Renee says, well, at least we aren't talking about cameras. No, but we could. And, you know, I would trust that if Chaz ever had, like, a camera question... Well, actually, he'd ask Jeff. He lives with Jeff. But if Jeff wasn't available, he would then ask me.
I cannot think of a pressing camera question that Jeff couldn't answer from somewhere.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Brandon says, when's the last time he asked you about cameras? Brandon, he hasn't. And that's what hurts. That's what hurts the most. I need people to ask me more questions. Last night before bed, I don't even know what we were talking about, but I was, it just came to me and we were discussing something, and I was like, what's the full stops?
Oh, yeah.
What's the list of full stops? I was like, Mal, do you remember from photography? And she's like,
I'm playing a game.
And Mal's like, I don't remember. And I was like trying to recall what they were. And I was like 1, 1.4, 2, 2.8. And I was like, is the next one 4? And Mal's like, Steven, I don't know. And I was like, I think it's 4. These are the conversations that happen off screen. Also, it was 4. And then 5.6 and 8? 8, 11, 16, 22. Sounds right. 24 months from Old Ramen. 2 years. Thank you, Old Ramen. Does everyone sigh? Good. 500 bits from Aldo, who says, I know you mentioned Hades before, but do you have any other games planned for First 20 tomorrow? Yes, there are other games that are planned. I'm not 100% sure of all of them. But there are other... There's at least one more that I, know for sure. I think there's more than that, but there's at least one that I'm, definitely doing. I get a code sent to me from Nintendo for Part-Time UFO, which was a mobile game created by HAL Laboratory. Came out, 2 years ago. I never played it, but they've now ported that to the Switch. So, it's just cute. I thought it was cute whenever it came out 2 years ago. I just never played it. But now it's on Switch. And, yeah. I'm going to try that out. So that's definitely happening tomorrow. That, Hades, and then there's more. I just don't know what all of them are.
I just had a really good bumper idea.
Are you me? Can you share, or... You have to write it down first.
No, please don't correct that. It's the Machiri Neko March. And we all have instruments, and we're playing it and marching around. Do 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 do.
I mean, I really like this because it would be super easy to shoot.
Jules says, I'm so down. Jules can have a guitar. I can borrow Sab's clarinet. She can have her saxophone.
I mean, let's say the only problem is that the ideal situation is that it would be a cover. It would be
yeah, it can be a cover.
I know. Well, yeah, but then you have to ask the musicians to cover it.
Jules, what do you think?
I'm just saying, they have to do the recording.
Easy.
Professional musician, family Jules. They have to do that, and then we have to work from that. But the video side would be cake, which is actually great because it's a stationary shot,
and we can just loop behind the camera.
Yeah. Everyone just walk. Okay. Yeah. That might have to wait.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be a bumper idea for this year.
Yeah.
We got a lot of IRL bumper ideas. But, as much as I would love this year to be IRL. And like, I guess I don't know for certain. I really don't think that that's going to happen by April. But we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for coming up with a bumper idea, though.
You're welcome.
It's like every day of my life. 500 bits from nowspell.com. If you're interested, I recommend playing Raji, an Ancient Epic. It's like God of War with Hindu myths instead. Well, that sounds neat. I'm still yet to actually play God of War. It's a work in progress. It's on my list to play at some point. But that sounds interesting. Green screen easy. Well, not everyone has access to a green screen in the group. And then also, it's still hard. It's still hard. Like, ideally, everyone would be... That might be one we would just hold on to. Because ideally, you would see everyone, like, head to toe. Ain't nobody got a green screen for their feet.
Yeah.
Maybe someone in the group has got a giant, like...
Curved one.
Maybe. But, like...
I'll save it. It's on a note on my phone.
Yeah, there's quite a, you know... There's quite a lot of ideas that we're, you know, sitting on. All the time. All the time. Anyway. At some point. Green screen for feet? Well, you know, just if you want to show a whole body shot. Getting green screens to show just, like, torso, you know, from your waist up, that's not bad. But having something large enough to show the entirety of someone gets really difficult. We don't even have a way to do full body stuff here. We could probably get creative and make that sort of thing happen, but it's not easy. Did you know I had a green screen in high school?
I did.
Do you know how we made it?
It's a bed sheet.
No, it's not.
It wasn't?
Mm-mm. It's practically a bed. I wish it was a bed sheet.
I know you cut off a small piece so you could do the video you made where you bought the model car that was identical to Justin's car.
And set it on fire?
And set it on fire. And the green screen started on fire.
It was movie magic, Mallory. It was movie magic.
You filmed the car parked in a parking lot, and you had the model car identical, and you had it turned the right way so it would be the same. Like, it was good. It was just funny that you burned your green screen.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. We had to get... And we let it burn. Like, it started on fire, and I remember we had a few people around, and they were like, "It's burning the green screen." And I was like, "Let it burn." I was like, just let it burn. It needs... Just let it go. And it was fine. It was fine. It's, you know what's so interesting now is that when I look at the type of stuff that people are creating...
Mm-hmm.
that were at my age, you know,
Yeah.
people in high school now.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the combination of factors are. Maybe it's just access to information
And technology.
Mm-hmm. It's those combinations. It's wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the stuff that high schoolers are producing is better than the stuff that I was making in college, and I'm just blown away. It's so cool. Because they have access to high-quality equipment at cheaper prices,
Mm-hmm.
and they have access to the entire internet of tutorials, which tells them how to accomplish things. And, I mean, that goes for, like, probably everything to some extent, right? Like, probably even in, like, music.
Yeah.
You know, people are getting better at music at an earlier age because they have access to, like, they don't have to take music lessons. They can go online. And Jill says, yeah, like, if you want to learn something now, you have access to everything. You just go online and you just learn it. Like, YouTube didn't even exist until I was exiting high school.
Yeah.
You know, and now people are growing up with it And if you want to know something about filmmaking, you can figure it out. If you want to know something about music, you want to know something about art. And people are getting better at things earlier, which is good, because by the time they get to the college level, the general skills of that entire class is going to be higher, because everyone's already self-taught. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
And like elementary kids are having coding classes.
I love that. I love that. And like
when I taught photography, like we had no budget for, there were no cameras.
yeah,
There was 3 enlargers in the darkroom. No chemicals, no film, no digital cameras. Like I had nothing to start with, and so all my kids had tablets because each kid in the district has a tablet.
yeah,
So I was like, use your tablet. These are the settings you can change and how you can change them. And that was as best as we could do. But like, some kids used their phones and they came up with some really good things just using. Everyone has a phone in your pocket.
yeah. Joel says, the bigger thing I think is that it's easier to share with online and stuff. I'm sure people were doing crazy stuff that just wasn't shared. Yeah, that's a big part of it. One of the things that's necessary whenever you're doing anything, especially like creative, is that you feed off of feedback. Like you need people to be able to see your stuff. You can't make things in a vacuum. You have to put something out there and then get responses for it and use that to fuel the next thing that you make. And that can happen on a small scale. Like that happened for me whenever I was younger, because like I made stuff in high school and like I would show it to my high school class. So it's just a room of, however many people that can appreciate it, but it's not quite the same. And like I had stuff posted online.
Yeah.
It was just a pain in the butt. I was like, well, you have to go to the website
And download it.
and there's a WMV file, and you have to download the WMV file, which is going to take a while because it's big. It's like 14 megabytes. But when it's done, you'll be able to watch it. I mean, admittedly, it's running at like 320 by 240, but it'll look good on your 640p monitor. Yeah.
TKS asked what schools, like, what grade for coding and stuff. I'm not sure. I've just heard that happening in schools. STEM schools, if you look into that. STEM or STEAM.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those situations of, like, just the fact that we're getting to a point now where even children are doing, like, coding.
Yeah.
It's great. It's just really great. Anyway, we got 500 bits right now to spell comments. Says, I remember when I visited Cambodia, we passed by a school of children monks learning to code. All kids have to be a monk until they graduate school. It was a sight to see kids in traditional robes learning Java. That's amazing. I don't know. There's always going to be things that get you down. There's always going to be things in the world where you look at stuff and you sigh and you go, ugh. But then there's equally, if not more, uplifting stories, if you seek them out.
Yeah.
And that sort of stuff is just great. I just love that. So I hope that I just hope people continue to get better and better at their skill sets. Like I said, for me the big thing is filmmaking, because that's always been something I've been interested and passionate about. One of the highlights for me was whenever we went to the Fan Gamer convention. What was it called? Camp Fan Gamer?
Yes.
And they did a film festival. And I loved that. I loved seeing people, get creative, but then also get creative in like a very small amount of time. Like, oh, you've got to do this in 24 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
I was going to say, with knowledge building on knowledge, I can't remember who said the quote, but it's like, if I have seen further, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah.
Like, you have all of that previous knowledge from the internet that people can build on. And
yeah. The sharing of information is
it
just
Newton?
a big deal.
I knew it was an astrophysicist, I just couldn't remember which one.
Newton. Yeah. Anyway, it's great. It's great. So, knowledge is power. Now I just want to watch, like...
Cosmos.
I mean, I always want to watch
We've
Cosmos.
been watching
but
TED Ed talks. Like, they're animated.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Yeah.
I was going to say I just want to watch short student films. Just love seeing what people come up with. Especially the around the time between, like, high school and college.
Yeah.
When people are transitioning into they're getting a firmer grasp on certain techniques, and they're using certain equipment where, I mean, for all intents and purposes, they're making, like, legit short films. It's just really cool. Just really cool. Anyway, should probably go ahead and start wrapping up. We've got
we
to
gotta run to the post office.
the Apple event is in not 90 minutes. 90 minutes plus an hour. 150 minutes. So I need to be back in time for that and get that set up. But we have to run and send off the painting.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and wrap up. Thank you all for being here this morning. I appreciate it. Tomorrow, first 20 stream at some time. Tonight, disc only.
On John's channel.
On John's channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then also the continuation of the Pikmin 3 Let's Play is today. And 11:30 a.m. Eastern, a very special, memorable moment where we look at Fallout. It's actually not the first Fallout memorable moment. It's not the first one. We made one a long time ago. I say we. Dan made one. Dan made one a long time ago, and I think there's only ever been one.
I had nothing to do with this.
I think there's only ever been one posted, but there was one before. But that's going to be one of the things coming up is, working on more regular Fallout moments. Okay. Have a great one. Enjoy your Tuesday. Hopefully I'll see you tonight for Disc Only at 9 p.m. Eastern on John's channel. If not, it'll be up wherever podcasts are listened to within a day or so.